Listen to Dungeons with Dudes, a podcast with dudes. Dungeons, Dragons, and Flagons. Every other Sunday on the Journey into Comics Network.
The following
Journey into Comics.
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 Network.
Production.
There was an idea
to bring together a group of remarkable people.
To see if we could become something more.
So when they needed us, we could fight the battles
that they never could.
The Journey into Comics Network proudly presents to you our loyal patrons, The Road to Infinity War, a podcast event unlike any other. 18 MCU movies, 18 weeks until the Infinity War. Each week a review from one of our 9 network shows. This week's review of Ironman 3 by Brews With Dudes.
Juicy. Hello, and welcome once again to Brews With Dudes. I'm Nick Maxon, your host, sitting here with Zach Davidson. How are you doing, Zach?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
Every time. This is going to be a very fun episode. We got some fun beers to drink, and we're going to talk about fun things. So
I like fun things.
I'm about fun things. This is our road to Infinity Wars. This is our second one. We did Captain America's Winter Soldier last time. And today, we are going to talk about Iron Man 3.
Whoop, whoop.
While we do that, we're going to jump into the pills from Omaha's Brickway Brewery. Yep. Zach, you recently, you went on a little adventure. You want to go into that a little bit?
Yeah, good family friend of ours that my family had known forever. Her name is Carissa. She is the daughter of my mom's friend Kirsten. Was getting married. So we went over to Omaha for a wedding. We were there for about 2 or 3 days. It was really fun. It's really nice seeing everybody. I made it a point to stop at some of the local places and pick up some brews, and I just stopped at the Brickway Brewery. That's where I came to my decision. They cut me a hell of a deal. I know I told you about that, but essentially I got 2 6-packs and a 4-pack for $20.
That's a great deal.
Yeah, I was very pleased. Gave her the whole spiel, like, hey, I'm from out of town, want the most bang for my buck. What can I do? It's like, I'll work it out. And it appeared to me, from what I could see of her screen, that she took at least like $7 off the total.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
Did you drive out there?
My mom did, yeah.
Okay.
We just rode out there.
Yeah, nice.
Yep.
How far of a drive is that?
It's 8.5-hour drive.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No, it's not terrible. It goes pretty quick. I mean, honestly, just sleep most of it.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh yeah.
If I wasn't driving, I would be.
Yes.
So we're jumping into the first one here. Like I said, it's called the pills. Let's get a sip before we tell you what the can has to say about it.
So as far as the Pilsner goes, I actually think it's a little more or better than a traditional Pilsner, like a domestic, Budweiser, Bud Light.
Yeah, it definitely screams domestic. It's very light. Goes down pretty
super
good.
light color.
You can see right through it. Let's see what they have to say about it. Perhaps the beeriest of all beers from 19th century Bohemia is what Dad This is really tiny print. It's hard to read. Let's see. From 19th century Bohemia to what Dad kept in the fridge, that's all pills. There's something comforting about this beauty. It's golden pour and smooth, malty taste with just a touch of hops. Our pills is the kind you'll want to spend time with. Take out on the town. Introduce to your friends. Really get to know. It's that time. Pills in session.
It's pretty clever. I like that.
Yeah. I just wish they would have made the print just a little bit bigger.
So to me, it's pretty hard to look at, or pretty hard to read.
Pretty basic can. Looks like it's got some, it's red, white, and blue.
Yeah. Go figure.
That's cool.
Like a traditional, Pilsner, because, like the beer pointed out, beer in the past, it was just Pilsner. That was it.
Yeah, this is very, very clear. You can make out the color of my hand through the glass. That's how clear it is.
Yeah.
I'm digging it, though.
Yeah, as I said, for a Pilsner, it's not bad at all. Now, with that said, I don't really go for Pilsners. If I do, I'm drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Right. Yeah, I definitely don't go for Pilsners very often. Let's dive right on into this, to our thoughts on Iron Man 3. We watched it again a couple days ago. It was better than I remember it being. It had been a couple years since I'd seen it.
It made more sense this time around. I feel like it had been also a long time since I had last seen Iron Man 3. Still, overall, and I'll say it again, it's not my favorite Iron Man. Probably my least favorite of the three. But all in all, not a bad movie at all. No.
In case you don't remember, because honestly, I couldn't have told you a single detail if you'd asked me before I watched it the other day. I didn't remember what it was about at all.
Yeah.
It opens up with kind of a look back to, he's talking about ghosts in the closet or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's recounting a time where he had blown off this guy that was trying to work with him, trying to do research with him. He totally blew him off because he was doing drugs and banging chicks and stuff.
Oh yeah, being Tony Stark.
A billionaire, and then so that was a flashback, and then this movie, the whole movie was about how this guy comes back to haunt him.
Mm-hmm.
So
in the very beginning, he was kind of like PTSD over the whole events that happened in the Avengers movie, the first one.
That was a recurring theme, yeah. Yeah,
like he what was it? He developed anxiety attacks.
Yeah, and he would have weird attacks, and I feel like I have some anxiety, and I know people that have really bad anxiety, but I don't think they did a very good job of portraying it. They made it like really, I don't know. The way that he acted about it, he was, like he was making jokes about it right after he did it.
I would agree to that.
And I don't know. I don't know if that's very. I don't know. It is also. It's a fucking comic book character, but yeah, that's, I didn't really like the anxiety attacks thing.
Yeah, they didn't sell it very well.
No,
if that was what they were trying to portray,
which they definitely were, but I get it. It was a cool point, trying to show some humanity in a character that's otherwise pretty. He's got his bravado on strong.
I definitely agree that more to the point, it is about this guy that Tony Stark just basically told to fuck off without even realizing it.
Yeah,
created an enemy out of nothing.
Yep. So, let's see. What else happens? They have this guy, Aldrich Killian. That's the name of the guy who Tony blows off, and then he becomes one of his enemies.
They officially introduced the Mandarin.
Yeah. So
yes and no.
Which Killian was behind. He kind of the idea of the Mandarin. What we find out is that there is an actual supervillain called the Mandarin, and the Mandarin that's portrayed in this movie is just somebody pretending to be him. It's not actually him.
And come to find out, Marvel made one-shots explaining the whole damn thing, which I didn't know until a few minutes ago.
Yeah, we were trying to trying to find some cool things, some Easter eggs we might have missed, and we found out that I think they said it was if you bought the Blu-ray version of Thor: Dark World, then it had this 15-minute short film that follows what's his name? The actor who's pretending to be Mandarin.
Okay.
It follows him as he's in prison, and apparently they're playing it off as though there's a guy inside the prison too who's doing a documentary. So he's asking lots of questions, getting really close to people. You find out that this guy's not actually there to film a movie. He's there to break this guy out of prison because he works for the real Mandarin. So, I think it's interesting that they apparently the whole actor pretending to be Mandarin is not something that happened in the comics, as far as I could tell.
No,
it's
not
just
that I
something that
remember.
they added, and I think that's a cool twist that they're giving it, because what they told us in that short film that I had never heard of and never seen, they're pretty much telling you that they could introduce the real Mandarin, which would be pretty
It
sweet.
was Marvel. It's all the same
They're
thing.
they could easily tie it in if they decide to do Iron Man 4.
And they can do it with Wolverine now. Whoop, whoop.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, I'm still pulling for Hugh Jackman to come back and be like, you thought I was done with it, psych.
Yeah, I'm sure
That'd be
he'd
dope.
come back. I am sure he would come back. So what? We kind of that gives you a. We're not going to try to go over the
That was like
entire
a brief
movie
overview.
and explain the whole thing. But if you've not seen it for years, you probably have a good idea of what we're talking about now. So yeah, I definitely liked it more than I thought I was gonna. I remember when we were told that we were gonna have to talk about it, I was like, damn it! Like I really enjoyed the other two. This is the only one I didn't really care about. But kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like I like every single one of these comic book movies more as I watch different ones, because they do such a good job of connecting them.
Oh,
So when I
super
said
good job.
when I say I didn't think I really liked this, I watch it again. I'm like, nah, whatever. I do like it. Get over it.
I do like it. I won't say that I don't, because again, I like all the superhero movies just as like you.
Mm-hmm.
Again, still not my most favorite of the three. Definitely my least favorite of the three.
I really want to watch the other ones now.
Yeah.
We need to. We were just talking about.
Something's on Netflix, I want to say.
Yeah, definitely some of them are. That's where I saw Civil
Some
War.
streaming platform.
Zach was just showing me a list of how you could watch all the different movies in a row. How like if you start watching Iron Man, they mention somebody at the end of it. So then the next movie you watch is that person, and then there's a way to be able to watch them where you just get brief mentions of characters, and then they just show up in a huge way in the next movie.
Yeah, it's just a snowball effect. Like, this movie leads to the next, and so on and so forth. And it involves TV shows, too.
This is a gigantic snowball now.
Oh, yeah. There's
It's been rolling.
so many different shows connected with it, which is great. Because now with the Inhumans TV show that they just released off of ABC not too long ago, that introduces Black Bolt. And Black Bolt is one of my favorite fucking Marvel characters. All he has to do is speak, and everything just disintegrates in front of him.
What the hell?
Oh, look up Black Bolt, man. Seriously.
I was just reading about
Get the research department on that, man. Seriously, it's
Yeah.
gold.
looking into Mandarin stuff. He was able to teleport. He could just instantly teleport anywhere. Like, damn, dude, what the hell?
Yeah, but like Adam Warlock and Sorcerer Supremes just got it on Mandarin. But that's the comic book world.
Yeah, everything I was reading about him was comic book world, because he's not been introduced in the
Yet?
in
Question
MCU.
mark Disney.
Bum, 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 bum. So, we should jump into the next beer. You wanna?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah, let's. I gotta finish mine real quick here.
Oh, chug, 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 chug. Yeah.
Not so juicy. So next we've got the Hef wheat beer. I just said it sarcastically, and I don't know if I can do it again. The Hefeweizen.
Hefeweizen.
Hefeweizen. It says, because it's always a sunny day with our pal Hef. Real Bavarian yeast gives this baby a touch of banana and clove while the effervescent fizz dances on your tongue. Hold on, Hefeweizen, up to the sun before it dips under the horizon and propose a toast. It's that time. Hef in session. Effervescent. Wasn't ready for that one. I was surprised myself. Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh, yes. Yes.
Definitely get that banana.
Not too overpowering. Very smooth. Very crisp.
Yeah, I'm digging it. So we're gonna go over some fun facts that we found while perusing the internet, trying to find out more stuff about Iron Man 3. In the movie, there was a lot of references to the President of the United States.
President Ellis.
We found out that he was given the last name Ellis in reference to one of the writers of the original Extremist story arc from the comic book series. The man's name was Warren Ellis. So,
fun fact.
That's pretty cool.
A little tribute to the old comic books.
Mm-hmm. Another fun one, in that beginning scene.
It was New Year's Eve.
Yeah, New Year's Eve.
Like 2002 or something. It was in the past. It was before the events of the first Iron Man. You run into the Iranian scientist or scientist from Afghanistan. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I don't remember. But this Ho Jensen character, the guy that he was locked up with in Afghanistan, who helped him build his first Iron Man machine, he runs into that guy at the party. At that party, that throwback. So
yeah, I thought that was pretty neat.
It's kind of cool. We have a couple more, but I want to get in on this beer a little bit more. The Hef.
Yeah, what was your first impression?
It's good. I don't know if it's something that I would go to necessarily.
I would agree to that. Of the three that I brought back home, this is probably my favorite.
Yeah?
Of the three, yes. I love the banana aftertaste. Very, very smooth and subtle. It's not overpowering. Like, okay. So I've had like I guess you would call it a banana bread beer. And there was just so much banana flavor. It was just, you couldn't enjoy it. It was overpowering, yeah. It was sweet. It wasn't good in my opinion. But this, yeah, I enjoy.
I can smell the clove a lot when you get the when you get the sniff in on it too.
Yeah, I agree. Now clove, I'm not familiar with that. Like, what kind of taste would that produce? I mean, just a spice.
It's spicy. That's what I would say.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting off of it. That's how spicy smell you're smelling.
Gotcha.
I was like, damn, how the fuck do you describe clove?
Right. It's like, well, I mean, it's a spice. I don't.
Yeah. That's what it is. It's pretty
very
good.
cloudy too.
Yeah, you can see through it, but not very clearly. I was judged by how I'm able to see my hand through the glass.
Oh yeah.
You can see your hand, but it's not very. You couldn't tell what it is. You can tell that there's something back there. But
true.
The other one, you could tell that it was my finger through.
Oh, totally. You could see
because it was so clear.
It was very clear. Ooh, the Iron Patriot armor.
Yes,
Ooh.
Rebranded War Machine.
Bum bum bum.
Let's see what we found out about that. In the comics, the Iron Patriot was an alias used by Spider-Man's nemesis, the Green Goblin, Norman Osborn. In this film, it's a new set of Iron Man armor that bears Captain America's color scheme. Pretty cool looking, too.
Yeah, also, if you want to interpret it this way, it's also a tribute to the Iron Man Captain America switch that they did, basically. Like Iron Man made a Captain America suit of armor, essentially. So it was red, white, and blue and stuff. So you can interpret that way too. Yeah. I'm sure some of the fanboys agree.
Another fun one. In one of the scenes where Happy's walking with What's her name? Pepper?
Pepper Potts.
When he's walking with her, he says, "Hey, Bambi," or "Excuse me, Bambi," to an off-screen person, and that off-screen person is Tony Stark's longest-serving executive secretary, Bambi Arbogast. So you don't see her, but she's in the comics.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really read that much into the comics, so I don't know the importance of the Bambi character, but from what I gather, it's a pretty old character. I mean...
Yeah. And the thing is like the places that we were looking for all these cool Easter eggs and stuff, they had tons of videos for every single one of these movies.
Yeah, it was great.
So I can't imagine, man, this really is just a treasure trove for people who really like the comics, because it's just, even if they take the liberties to do different things, there's still an incredible amount of just detail, and like we're looking at a bunch of characters that you think that are only there, they're only there for a minute. They're not really main characters. Like we're looking at this Savine guy.
Yeah.
Well, in the comics, he's a villain. He's a guy called Coldblood. You know, so someone that you don't even think is that big of a deal. If you are into the comics, you see him and you hear their name and you're like, oh shit!
Oh yeah,
that's that one guy.
Yep. And unless if you're basically a comic book nerd, you wouldn't know that Eric Savin's like, oh, wait, Coldblood, wait, what? Oh.
It's interesting the liberties that they take with the characters and kind of squish them around. Like, who's it? Jack Taggart. He was, what was he? He was one of the extremists.
Yeah, he was one of the people that... it's essentially what they portrayed as the Inhumans, that they gained powers through other means, and these people just combust. Like something happens and their body they just explode, scorch everything within like 20 feet of them. There's a name for them. They're like mutants or Inhumans. It's something in that realm, but they don't really touch on it, obviously, because at the time, Fox still had a stranglehold on everything that was X-Men or anything like that. So they had to do it without really saying what it was. It was weird, but all the nerds got it.
There's a whole lot of good nerdy material that I'm learning.
Oh yeah,
we'll have to do this where we go through and do some research before we watch the movies. I definitely want to get back into watching them.
I need to watch some of the new ones that's came out. I haven't seen Thor Ragnarok.
I haven't seen Ragnarok. I haven't seen Dark World. I haven't seen the first Captain America. I haven't seen Ant-Man.
Yeah, Ant-Man's not that impressive in my opinion.
I heard people say
Ant-Man's
that they
cool
liked
because it introduced the Wasp, and the Wasp is a cool character.
And they're doing an Ant-Man versus the Wasp or something like
it's
that.
It's Ant-Man and the Wasp.
And the Wasp, I don't know.
Yeah.
That one's coming out soon, I think. I thought.
Yeah, relatively soon.
Year.
It's supposed to be Black Panther, and then I think the next movie is Infinity Wars Part 1.
Yeah, Black Panther comes out in February, and then Infinity Wars comes out in May, I believe.
So then it would make sense for later on to do the Ant-Man and the Wasp movie, which would be the second Ant-Man movie. Not entirely familiar with the Ant-Man comics, I'll be honest.
Me neither.
I'm not sure where that's going. I mean, for what it's worth, Ant-Man is a pretty important character. And he can change his size relative, on an instant. I mean, that's a big tool. That's useful.
Yeah.
He could take on the Hulk, no problem.
Right. Hard to
and
attack
he has
something
in the
that you
comics,
can't
from
see.
what I understand.
Interesting.
Yes.
I think we're just about ready for the next beer. We're scooching right along. This might be the first time we've done a two-man podcast. We usually got three people.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's
not
cool.
too bad.
Right on.
Not too bad. We're getting nice samples. We're not slamming through,
Oh no.
10 to 12 ounces. We're only getting about 5 or 6 ounces apiece. So I believe the next beer is also from Brickway.
Yes, these are all of mine are from Brickway. And there's
then
one tonight that
from
Nick
Bell's,
brought from
yeah.
Bell's, yes.
It was a Christmas gift. So
Overall, I was pretty pleased with the stuff from Brickway.
yeah.
Overall, the experience there and I don't know. Like I said, they cut me a deal, so that's brownie points right there automatically.
Brownie points are nice.
I'm going to get this Imperial Spiced Stout ready.
Get it.
Yeah.
And just like that, we are in. Ooh.
Ooh, look at that head.
Yeah, that was the worst pour I've ever done. It's hard to do with one hand. I'm gonna put the mic down.
Yeah, probably a good idea. But so up next we have a holiday spiced stout called the Imperial Stag, also from Omaha's Brickway Brewery. Comes in at a 10.3 ABV. Not entirely sure of the IBUs. I'm sorry. However, I have had this already, and I will say it's not the most bitter. It's an ass kicker, though. I will say that.
It looks like an ass kicker.
It goes down so smooth, though, that it's almost like you like it when you're getting your ass kicked by it. You're like, oh, yes, more, please.
Wow, that is usually... Oh my goodness.
No!
Okay, it was a party foul, but I didn't really lose that much beer.
Is that the first party foul?
That might
On
be
Brews With Dudes?
That might be the first party foul on Brews With Dudes.
Oh,
God damn it!
Oh, my goodness.
All I gotta say about that is sod.
All
right, we've done enough fucking around. Let's just drink this beer.
Here. Yes.
Ooh. I don't know what to say about that just yet. It's definitely strong.
Yes.
It's a really, really dark red.
Yes.
Very amber, I guess.
Yeah, amber is a good description.
I think that's, what they
I feel like the spices,
it's very spicy.
it almost helps not make it feel as much of an ass kicker, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. But you still feel it. You're just like, oh man, this is heavy.
It definitely tastes like a Christmas beer.
Oh, yes. It was really the only dark beer that they had to offer.
Weird.
I didn't see any porters or anything like that. This is the only stout that I saw.
They're definitely gearing their business towards
everything else in between. They had a bunch of IPAs, I will say that.
Really? Why didn't you get any of those?
They didn't have any on sale.
Damn it.
I know. And that was honestly, that's kind of what I was going for. I was on a budget.
I understand that.
But with that said, I'll bring it up again. They treated me very well. I'm very pleased with how they did business.
Right.
For a tourist, that's an awesome thing. It's a good way of getting your name out, like so many breweries try to do. And anybody, really. I think that's pretty important. I'm gonna drink some more of this stag.
It's got a nice big old stag on the can.
Yeah, the artwork's pretty cool. I think on the can actually has a website for the artist of the can and more of his stuff. So I thought that was pretty neat. Who is this while we're talking about him? Dave Koenigs. See artist Dave Koenig's full artwork at drinkbrickway.com. Yeah, it's not bad. As far as the artwork. It's a bison series, whatever that's supposed to mean. Probably won't have the chance to know because I don't know when the next time I'll be in Omaha is.
Probably won't be able to figure it
Shout
out.
out to Carissa and Kirsten. Maybe we'll go down there sometime. I don't know. If you're listening, send me money and we'll make it happen.
So let's try to remember exactly where Stanley made his appearance in Ironman 3.
Okay, we were debating about this earlier. Where exactly do you think it is?
It was at a beauty pageant, but I don't exactly remember.
I don't recall that either. I don't recall why there would be a beauty pageant situation.
I feel like we're really failing right here.
Regardless, it was like the film setting. They were looking at the screens of different shows that were going on right now, and one of them just happened to be one with a Stan Lee cameo. He was revealing like a number, like he was a judge in something, or I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah,
that was the extent of the cameo, and it wasn't really much.
Yeah, okay, that's exactly what it was. It was because they were. It was one of the scenes where they were getting ready to have the Mandarin come over the airwaves and take it over. So
right,
you're
okay.
Right. It was just one of those quick things that was
with that Aldrich guy. Okay,
fucking Killian. Killian. Is it Aldrich Killian?
I think so. I think I said it backwards.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I wouldn't really know.
I don't know.
So what did you think? 1 to 10.
1 to 10.
In terms of, we can do it in terms of like we did last time. In terms of just a movie. In terms of it as a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie.
As a movie by itself,
it's certainly not Saving Private Ryan.
Probably a 5 or 6 out of 10. As far as the Ironman series goes, probably like a 4 or 5 because it's not my favorite of them at all. As far as the trilogy as a whole, probably still a solid 5 or 6, just because it shows the importance of Tony Stark is developing. By the end of 3, he doesn't want to be Iron Man anymore, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's pretty much.
Still, obviously, he finds ways of putting on the suit and being Iron Man still. But as far as the comics go, that time does come to an end. And I'll say this too, so does Steve Rogers as Captain America. That comes to an end too. Whether Marvel/Disney decides to do it in the Infinity Wars, I don't know, but I could see that as a decent possibility considering they both do kind of stop being their superhero characters / die.
They pull a Game of Thrones and just start killing off all their main people.
I mean, what else? What more do they have to do?
No, I mean, we're deep. We're deep now.
Oh, yeah.
You can't
we're past balls deep.
You can't keep doing Iron Man movies. You can't keep doing Captain America movies. Probably not. I don't know. Some people might disagree. Some people might be willing to take this to the end of days.
I think they're more willing to do cameos anymore.
Yeah.
But also think of it this way. There's a whole bunch of different sets of Avengers. There's Avengers with Spider-Man, and Wolverine's one of them. The Fantastic Four is in it. That's one of them where they're fighting Dr. Doom. He's one of the big villains.
Dr. Doom.
I think like Daredevil no, I don't think Punisher's one of them.
I did just finish up The Punisher.
Oh yeah, the Netflix series.
Yeah,
it's dope.
It's real good. It's real.
It's real brutal. The final episode.
Ooh, yeah,
loved it.
Scraping old boy's face against that glass.
Take it, bitch. Ooh. Loved it.
You're not so pretty anymore.
The actor's name escapes me right now, but I'm sold by his performance as Punisher.
Oh, yeah.
Way better than Tom Jane. The first film with John Travolta.
Yeah. I don't remember that one. I remember it as a movie, but I don't remember ever watching it.
It was all right at the time, but looking back on it now, it was just awful.
Yeah, damn. Yeah, they definitely. I mean, do they plan on doing more?
Really? I don't know. Like more as far as a more Punisher series?
Another season of The Punisher? I'd be down for that.
Yeah, they left it open to interpretation. I think they're kind of playing it by ear right now just because, hey, maybe Punisher does something more than just be on a Netflix series. Because it's all Marvel. It's all the same shit.
Yeah. Well, and Disney's getting ready to do their own streaming service.
And Disney just acquired Fox.
So
that opens up a whole new realm of possibility because now they have X-Men.
That is true.
Which changes the game as far as Marvel Disney movies. The possibilities are endless.
I know. I can't wait till
What else is there for them to do to acquire Nirvana? Like, what? What?
Right,
What's the missing piece of the puzzle
they're
here?
getting there. What do they have to do next? They have to buy the United States of America. What
Wait,
is it?
they haven't already?
The People's Republic of Disney.
God damn it.
I still want that to happen.
Start their own religion called Waltism.
Ooh.
Got him.
It'd be Disneyism. That sounds cool, too.
Disneyism?
Disneyism.
Yeah, it sounds like an alien culture.
Sounds pretty fucking cool.
Sounds like Scientology, bruh.
By the time aliens are willing to make contact with us, we'll be known as... The whole planet will just be known as Disney. And we will be the Disneyites.
We are the planet Disney, formerly known as Earth.
We were once humans, but now we are Disneys. I am Disney. You are Disney.
We are all Disney. Disney.
Well, we've said it so much that it doesn't even sound like a word anymore.
God damn it.
Disney.
Finally, our language just describes
Disney.
to Disney.
Yeah, it's officially it's weird now. I can't say it anymore. It's
kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's making me
Especially when
uncomfortable.
you think about the whole Walt Disney's cryogenically frozen, or his head is, and blah, 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 like, whoa.
I would love that to be true.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Someone made the joke that he woke up. They pulled him out finally a couple years ago, and that's when he started. That's when he started making the move.
I heard that theory too. I'm like, man, all that's bullshit.
He's like, "Oh, we're able to do monopolies again."
Unless if we're just that blind, which I mean, our current government, the state it is, would not surprise me.
We're in a weird place. Us as humans, us as American humans. We have forgotten our heritage.
Oh, no. No.
Shout out to Tyler McLaughlin. Father heritage.
God damn it.
Oh, goodness. Well, we still got one more beer. And
yes.
It looks like we're going to be able to go off on a tangent. Because the last thing that we really need to do to wrap up this Ironman 3 review is for me to say what I thought. And in terms of what I would get in a rating of 1 out of 10, I'm thinking in terms of movies in general, probably a 4 or 5. But in terms of a Marvel Cinematic Universe, Iron Man, like, I really, really like the first 2 Iron Mans. I'd probably say the first one is like an 8 or 9 for me. Like, I really like the first one.
Easily.
But this one's probably a 6 or 7. It's still good.
And also, I mentioned this before, but think about it. Iron Man, the first Iron Man was the first movie that Marvel made in 2008 that launched their new...
that they did on their own.
New phase, I guess.
That they did it from their own studio.
Right.
They weren't relying on another studio to put it out. It's
they
the
had
first
to
one
set
they did
the
by
pace,
themselves.
they had to set the tone, they had to set the expectations. And honestly, I think Robert Downey Jr. delivered.
I think he killed. We saw a huge list. They talked about Nicolas Cage playing Iron Man.
Nicolas Cage, Tom Cruise.
Ugh, that's what I said. I was like, oh my
else?
God, can you imagine how bad it would have been if Tom Cruise
Oh God,
was Iron Man?
I would have. Yeah, I would not have watched it. I'd be like, Tom Cruise is Iron Man. I guess let's go watch Mission Impossible Disney style.
Oh my God. Ugh.
Sorry, Tom Cruise. I know I digged on you about that and Scientology. Don't hate me. Don't sue me.
I really liked Minority Report.
Minority Report was very good. I'll agree to that.
That's all I can really
Even
think
the first
of.
Mission Impossible, for being honest,
Yeah.
I liked it. Even the first 2. I remember the first 2. Everything after that is just the same. It's like Lethal Weapon or Die Hard or any of those. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Transformers is like that now, and I hate that because I love Transformers. I haven't even seen the new one, and I heard it's garbage.
Dude, have you seen the trailer for the new Pacific Rim?
I don't remember it, but yes.
It's Transformers.
God damn it.
It's like Transformers, except instead of these things being big robots, it's people inside the big robots controlling the robots. Did you see the first Pacific Rim?
So it's like Gundams, but not as cool.
I mean, they're pretty cool. Don't get me wrong. They're pretty cool.
Like, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
But it's like, but it just looks like another Transformers movie, just jumping around, blowing up buildings. Except they're
Have you seen the
trying to get-
Rampage movie that they're making?
Yeah.
With Dwayne Johnson?
Dude.
Did you ever play the Rampage
yeah.
game?
Oh, yeah.
God damn, that was my shit.
I am on board.
I am psyched for that movie. It actually looks legitimately like a good movie.
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I'm ready
for it.
Ready to see it in IMAX? That's the way to do it.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes. It's going to be huge.
Could be huge.
Huge.
I'm pretty
Best deal ever.
excited about it. There's a couple really good movies coming out lately. I might have to get that movie pass.
Black Panther. I'm excited about Black
Black
Panther.
Panther, Infinity Wars, Han Solo,
Yes.
Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 2, yep.
Ready Player One. Have you seen that?
Remind me?
Okay, so some dude wrote a book that was like Spielberg worship, and it threw together a bunch of different elements of Spielberg's work in this story. So the movie is about this billionaire, trillionaire dude built this virtual reality world. It was ridiculously popular, but he didn't have an heir. And when he died, he said that he left an Easter egg in the virtual reality world, and the first person to find it inherits his entire fortune.
Oh, wow. And so that's
so
what
the
this
movie
is about.
these people in this virtual reality world trying to find this Easter egg.
That sounds really cool.
It shows like,
And it's based on Steven Spielberg's work.
so like the Iron Giant is in it.
Oh,
It's got
God.
references to Akira. It has references to
What?
Dude, we're gonna have.
What?
It has references.
What?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are in it.
That's ridiculous.
It is crazy.
It's
when we're not.
that
when we're
sounds
not
like
sitting here recording.
like Kingdom Hearts ish.
It's like super. It's like this Marvel Cinematic Universe. On how they did it throughout
that
all
sounds
these
crazy.
different things. Like it's crazy.
I need to see the full trailer for this.
We're gonna get down on it hard. I'm gonna go see it in IMAX the day it comes out. I'm stoked.
Huge.
It's gonna be great. Pretty excited about it.
That's a natural 20, Gary.
Nat 20. It's gonna be a Nat 20, bruh. It's gonna be a sog. A sog. Wow. We are that bad. We both devolved to the same stupid ass joke without even knowing it. Asada. Asa. But without further ado, it is time for the final beer of the night. I'm pretty stoked about it. It is one I have not yet tried. It is from Bell's. It is a big, nasty stout. I believe it said bourbon barrel aged. It's dark. It's a dark boy. Not much head at all. It's a result of a good pour, Zach. You did a good pour there.
I'll thank you.
So let's see exactly what we got here. This is the Black Note Stout 2017 edition. What else you got to say about this? There it is. Bell's Black Note is a malty harmony of dark chocolate, espresso, and dried fruit notes, aged in freshly retired oak bourbon barrels. Aimed squarely at stout aficionados, Black Note makes a grand statement about the art of the dark.
A goddamn.
What a
And
statement.
it does look dark.
I'm ready to get in on it.
Ooh, smells dark too. My
gonna
booty's
be-
about to be busted. Ooh-wee.
My goodness.
Goddamn, I said goddamn on that.
Ooh-wee. That reeks of both coffee and chocolate with bourbon.
Yeah, you can definitely taste the bourbon.
That just fills your
this-
mouth.
Ugh, it's hefty.
It hurts a little bit.
It's so tasty.
Hurts a little bit in a good way. It's always a good way. I'm never really going to say that it's a bad way.
Reminds me slightly of the Goose Island. The Bourbon County.
Bourbon County? Ooh.
Slightly. But that
Yeah,
Bourbon County, man, ugh. That's a kick in the
That was
nuts.
good stuff. We've got a surprise visitor here. Brett just walked in. Just got off of work. He's taking a swig. He doesn't have time to talk. Just got time to drink. What do you think about that, Brett?
That's really fucking good, man. That was the perfect way to start my night after this shift. Ooh. Man, I'm loving all the bourbon barrel brews that everyone's doing. It's definitely a great thing that all these companies are doing.
They just taste so strong. It's just like, ooh, man, ooh.
Hits you, pow, right in the kisser.
Pow, right in the kisser.
All right, let's do the rating.
All right, let's break it down.
I am not going to spend another second thinking about it. It is absolutely the Black Note. That's everything I want.
If we're being honest, yeah. Close second, though, I really, really like the heft from Brickway. I like the banana notes with it, and I like how it wasn't super overpowering.
Oh, yeah.
I really, truly appreciated that. And then even behind that, a close third is the Imperial Stag. It was a hefty stout, came in at like 10.3, 10.2, something or other. But the spice kind of balanced it a little bit, so it wasn't as much, in your face.
It was the spice that did me against it.
Really? Yeah, I didn't care for it.
I'm not a big.
You want that?
I'm not a big holiday spice beer.
You want that
guy.
hefty aftertaste that you find in the stout that like, ooh man, I'm getting my butt kicked.
I like the darkness.
Darkness consume your soul.
Yeah, I guess we're both pretty much on the same page about that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, wrapping up on Ironman, I guess. Can we do the tidbit where we just bitch about all the loopholes in the story? Like,
sure.
Okay, you know exactly what I'm going to say. The scene at Tony Stark's house where all the missiles and shit are just flying at him. Pepper's getting fucked up, and why didn't he just get in another suit? Fucking answer me. Riddle me that.
I think they're trying to say that it just wasn't. That he didn't have it programmed to. Because it was the mob.
But you're telling me he couldn't try and make his way downstairs where the rest of his shit was?
It's like that was the last thing he thought of. I'm gonna be able to. I'm able to figure this out without my Iron Man suit.
Maybe
Absolutely
that's kind of what
not.
they were playing with that when he was his anxiety shit. Maybe I don't know.
I'm not a mental expert.
I'm trying to think of the logic here, but I'm failing to see it.
The number one thing that just threw me for a total loop, and it did the first time I watched it too, is the kid makes the comment about his dad not coming back.
Oh yeah,
and Tony Stark says, "Don't be a pussy. Dads leave all the time." I'm like,
damn, Disney.
What? What? And as I'm looking up, I was looking on Google trying to find Stan Lee's cameo, and it just came up with a bunch of articles where he is apologizing for Iron Man 3 because this one went off the rails with some of the jokes
because of that line.
Because of several things that made it like.
Well, what else was there?
I don't remember, but he definitely made another joke that it was just like, holy shit, dude! Why did you just say that?
I mean, Robert Downey Jr. pushes the envelope.
It's the director.
I mean, Jon Favreau, yeah. Wait, no.
It's everybody involved.
Yeah.
Don't be a pussy. Dads leave all the time. Holy shit! I thought this was family friendly.
Gotcha.
That is not pushing very many family values, if you ask me. But I don't know. Like I said, I liked it. I go back and I watch these movies, and I like them more every time. So bravo, another job well done. That is that's the last of it for us with the
Road to Infinity Wars.
Journey into Comics, Road to Infinity Wars.
Wars.
This week we did Iron Man 3, Iron Man versus the Mandarin / Killian / PTSD. And last time we did Captain America, Winter Soldier. There's no snow. It has nothing to do with winter.
Very misleading. Was thrown for a loop.
Nick was expecting snow, and there was no snow in the Winter Soldier.
No snow of any kind. Let us be specific. Snow of any kind.
Oh, another fun tidbit is Iron Man 3 is a Christmas movie. You don't even think about it, but it is a Christmas movie. It's all happening around Christmas. He's singing Christmas songs. They've got the tree up. And another funny Easter egg we found out is when they're in the house and they're panning, you see the stockings on the wall. There's one for Tony. There's one for Tony. There's one for Pepper, and there's one for Jarvis. So the fucking computer system gets its own stocking.
Fun fact.
What do you get in your stocking, Jarvis?
Fun fact. Do you know what Jarvis stands for?
I do not.
Just a really very intelligent system.
Okay.
Just a really very intelligent system. Yeah.
Cool. That works for me.
That's Tony Stark right there. It's just like, yeah, fuck it.
I'll take it.
Sounds cool.
What else did we find out? Oh, this was the first Iron Man not to feature an AC/DC song.
Oh yeah, I did say that.
At the very end of the movie, the first thing I said was, "So why didn't they play Iron Man right there?"
They did that in the first film, Nick. Jesus.
Do it every single time. Every time.
But Assad,
It's a saw not good to me. I don't like that at all. More Iron Man in Iron Man. Less pussy jokes. It wasn't a pussy joke. Less saying pussy in a Disney movie.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of out there too. It's like, ooh.
Next thing you know, they're gonna be dropping F-bombs. They're all Disney movies. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was Disney Marvel at that time. That was Disney Studios.
All these new superhero
Marvel
movies.
Studios, rather.
Except Deadpool and X-Men. Although, going forward, Deadpool and X-Men will be Disney movies.
Woo, woo.
Because the People's Republic of Disney is rising.
Soon we will all be Disneyans.
We will give in to Disneyism and we become Disneyites. And we will drop the form that is human and we will become full Disneys.
When alien life comes to the surface, we will not be humans, but we will be Disneyans.
We will start messing with our DNA. United. We'll mess with our DNA so we grow big ears. We will become Mickey Mouse.
And get the big-ass bulge in the head.
We're taking this way off the rails. It's time to wrap it up. Thank you guys for listening. This is episode, I don't know. We're almost to 20. We're going to have to do something fun for 20.
Damn.
What do we have coming up? We got a couple more tap takeovers coming up. I'm pretty excited about them. We're going to keep them hush. I'm excited we're going to do an episode down at Broke Ridge Brewery sometime soon. There's a new brewery opening up on the south side of Lafayette called Teos River, and they are getting ready to start making a bunch of beer. So we're going to go do a special episode there.
We are.
We sure are.
Oh hell yeah!
We're gonna go on some beer ventures in 2018. So next time we'll talk about how much I hate Craft X. I was giving some bad news in the middle of this episode about Craft X. So fasten your seatbelts. We'll learn about that next time.
Long story short, they can suck a dick.
Yeah, pretty much. Thank you, Journey into Comics Network, for hosting us. If you've not checked them out, go give them a like-see. Listen to some of the things they've got going on. There's 9 other shows on the network with lots of other fun topics, including it's called the Journey into Comics Network. So they've got a Journey into Comics podcast where they talk about this nerd stuff all the time. They drink beer while they do it. But, we're kind of like the opposite. Like, we drink a lot of beer and sometimes sprinkle in talking about comics and stuff. Whereas they just talk a lot about comics and sprinkle a little bit of beer. We're getting off subject again. We're just going off the rails. Thanks you once again for listening. Share the page. Like the page. Share the
Tell
podcast.
To your friends, family, coworkers.
Send this to grandma.
The homeless people who doesn't have access to the internet.
Next time you visit your old grandma, just sit there and with your phone, you can get on Podbean and let her get in on this. This is probably a good episode. Grandma wants to hear about Iron Man 3, I think.
I don't
have any idea. We're logging off. Thanks again, and we will see you next time.
Yee.
Hey guys, Deadpool here. Just wanted to tell you about a little event that's happening on March 23rd. Fun for Funds. It's a Journey into Comics Network event featuring live podcasts from Brews with Dudes, Podcastrophe, Dungeons with Dudes, and Journey into Comics, as well as performances by band number 1, Boner Jovi. Ooh, that sounds fun. Walk Among Us, and Yesterday's Chips. Also featuring live stand-up by comedian Patrick Murray. He's so much fun. Presented by Journey into Comics Network and the Doom Room. North End Pub, Lafayette, Indiana. Doors are at 3, podcasts at 4, with bands at 7:30. $10. It's 21 and up. Don't try to sneak in, you silly kids.